Hi, my name is Olivia, and I also go by Livy over at my channel iLivySimone, and I'm so excited to be here today on the Epic Reads channel to share with you some of the newest book releases for the months of July and August. Jumping right into it, we have a coming-of-age rom-com called If You Then Me by Yvonne Woon. This story follows Xiao Chan, who is an app designer, and she developed this really cool one called Wiser, in which it's designed to answer questions from her future self. So like the tagline says, what would you ask your future self? First question, what does it feel like to kiss someone? So this takes place in the Silicon Valley, and it follows her as she's enrolled in this competitive app program, as she's dealing with tough future career prospects, imposter syndrome, and of course, crushes and love. This is supposed to be perfect for fans of books like When Dimple Met Rishi and Emergency Contact. Also, it reminded me of this other book because we have this scenario where her online life kind of meets real life, where she knew this online person, but he was a mystery and she had a crush on him, and then she later finds out that he's at the same location that she is. And I just recently read Radio Silence by Alice Oseman, and that also had that scenario where your online life kind of meets reality and you maybe, meet someone that you knew online. So that's something to look forward to. I'm also really excited for the fact that it talks about imposter syndrome. Our main character is in the STEM field and like doing computer science, and that's a field that's very male dominated and white male dominated. So it's cool to see that being discussed here. Next, we have a romance called XOXO by XOXO, and this cover, it looks to me like they took all of the beautiful colors of a sunset and slapped it on here. That's the color scheme for this. It's so pretty. It's also on the naked cover. It's so pretty. And this follows our main character Jenny, who on this night out ran into this mysterious guy named Jae-woo, and they had a great night. Sparks flew and everything, and they later reconnect in Seoul, South Korea, and she comes to find out that he is a major K-pop star. So we have this secret forbidden romance that's happening, and honestly this seems like the perfect summer read. It's definitely summer over here. It's 100 degrees today where I am. This is the kind of book I'd pick up. It sounds fun and romantic. Next we have a high-stakes, fast-paced fantasy called Red Wolf by Rachel Vincent, and this follows a 16-year-old girl named Adele, and she's what you would call a guardian. So she is able to take the form of a wolf so she can protect her village from the monsters in the woods around it. But in accepting the role as guardian, she also has to kind of abandon her future and make some sacrifices in order to keep her village safe. I love a good, unique retelling, and this is a feminist retelling of Little Red Riding Hood. It's supposed to be perfect for fans of Stephanie Garber and Megan Spooner. Next we have this eerie and mysterious contemporary fantasy called The River Has Teeth by Erica Waters. This is supposed to be perfect for fans of Sawkill Girls and The Bone Gap. Listen close to what this one's about, okay? First, we follow Natasha. Natasha's sister has gone missing, so Natasha seeks out Della, who is a local rumored witch, and the hope is that they'll use magic to find her sister. Sounds interesting, sounds mysterious, right? Let me continue. Della suspects that the beast who's the cause of the sister's disappearance is her own mother, because her own mother has turned into a terrible monster from magic gone wrong. And then, the cherry on top is that Natasha and Della start to fall for each other. And they become each other's only hopes, but at the same time they're also keeping dangerous secrets from each other. I want to know, I want the answers to this. I want to know more about the relationship. I want to know more about this book, so this is definitely one to look out for. And then we have a very anticipated release, which is the conclusion to the Serpent and Dove trilogy called Gods and Monsters by Shelby Mahiran. This is a witchy fantasy inspired by French folklore. We've got a steamy romance with a witch and a witch hunter. This is supposed to be perfect for fans of Sarah J Maas, and whenever I hear people talk about this series, that romance I mentioned is always what I'm hearing talked about. So if you're interested in that romance, definitely pick this up. It's also looking kind of chunky, which is, in my opinion, a good thing, especially if it's a conclusion to a trilogy. I want us to wrap up everything. I want all the loose ends to be tied. Then we have another conclusion, except this time in a duology. So this is Rise Up from the Embers by both Sarah Rosh and Kristen Simmons. Hey, an author duo for a duology. That is very satisfying. This is described as a fast-paced epic duology that's Avatar: The Last Airbender meets Gladiator. And love both of those, especially the elemental magic of Avatar. And in this, we have two elemental gladiators whose powers could decide the fate of the world in this ancient war between immortals and humans. Sarah Rash is also the author of the Snow Like Ashes series, and Kristen Simmons is also the author of Pacifica and the Deceivers. And this is supposed to be perfect for fans of An Ember in the Ashes, and I Darken, and The Winter's Curse. And last but certainly not least is Asphalt Legacy by Pittacus Lore, who is also the best-selling author of the I Am Number 4 series. Now, this is the start of this gripping new adventurous duology. We have another duology, and we follow our main character, Sid, who has found out that he is half alien. So on this mission to solve the mystery of his missing father, he comes across a kind of greater mystery with centuries-old secrets that have the potential to rip the universe apart. We don't want the universe to rip apart, so this, we don't have to read this to make sure that that doesn't happen. That is so high stakes. The universe could rip apart. So those are all the books that I have for you today. Feel free to check out the link in the description so you can find the links to each of these books. Or also, if you have access to a library, you can see if they have any of these or put in a request for them. And yeah, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Let me switch my hands. I like to wave with my right hand. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye.